All right, this video is how to line up get face scans and line up the face scans. So I'm on the Ludicrous Trio scanner, and I'm gonna go download the Trio scan. So I'm assuming you got an upper and lower good Trio scan to the whatever bite we're doing the patient to. So I go to patients, and this patient is gonna be me, Sean Keller. So you can type in first or last name, and it should bring it up, and it'll have all the scans you've taken for that patient. So I want the most recent ones. So here it is. It shows you right there. You could go spinning around and look at it. It looks like we already trimmed it well. Remember, take the time to trim your scans here, and everything will go. It'll download faster. You won't jam up the iPad. Cut it right here where the gum goes from light pink to dark pink. That's the mucosa. This is the attached gingiva. We just want that. So go over to the 3D and right click and go to export, and I'm exporting scans. And where are we going to export them to? I'm going to go over to the Dropbox, the 1A patient files. If I don't have, I should have already made myself a file in 1A patients. If I didn't, I would copy this template, right click copy, right click paste, and change the name. But I believe I already have one. So you can go down and find yourself, or whichever one you're making. And there's one. It looks like I have a couple. So this is what we call dirty data, or just regular scan data. It's not clean yet. So clean data means it's been trimmed and aligned already. So that's about as good as a scan can get. This is just plain old scan data. You know, it hasn't been trimmed, it hasn't been aligned. It's who knows in space where it is. Kind of not very useful right now. So it's that one, and this is the trios file. And you don't have to call this my name and spend all that time. You know, upper, if you want to, you can, but maybe what the project is. But it's already in my file, and it never won't be. So you don't have to go do all those fancy names, but you could say what this is for. So this is for upper bridge in the back or whatever. But this is for lining up face scans. Upper arch face. And it's going to download all of them. So I'm just going to hit save. And now the Trio scans will be STL files in the Dropbox. So that step is the first step. It's in the Dropbox. Now, if you don't want to run around to a bunch of different computers and you're good, you can go to Team Viewer and get yourself over to either the 900 or the Zirconzon computer. And there you can do your next step. So now we've got to line these Trio scans that we just took up. So here's how you do that. You have to create an archive. And this isn't just the lining them up. You're setting up a lot of other stuff for down the road too. So these steps are really, really critical. So go into the archive. And just a quick little lesson here. This is the Zirconzon program right here. These are all the little programs that help us make what we need to make in dentistry. So archive, A is for archive. That's where we name the patient, create a file for them, and basically you're telling them what you're trying to make. And it'll ask you what scans it needs to make whatever you tell it to. So if you say, I want to make a bite splint, it'll ask for an upper and lower scan. If you say, I want to make an implant, crown, it'll say, I need upper scan, lower scan, and some implant impressions. It asks for what you want depending on what you tell it. The scan is where you line up all your scans. It attaches to the desktop scanner. You can actually attach it to a Trios too. This is the scan program, a lot of good aligning and kind of tidying up making your scans clean instead of dirty. The modellier is the program where we do all our designing and making bridges and shaping things. It also happens to be really good for lining things up and trimming them too. So I think we actually do most of our lining up here for the matching that it has. Nesting is once you've made a nice bridge or a crown, you take it to nesting, and that's where you put it inside that puck or the blank, put those little struts on it and get it ready for milling. And then F, that's actually the milling. So this is the one that runs the milling machine. So it's good to know what all those are as you get better. And let's go to the archive. It's already open. Okay. So in the archive, let's blow it up. You need to say archive. We're going to create a new patient. So go new. And this is just the client or the lab. You know, some people have a lot of labs. We just have Sean Keller. I'm the only dentist here right now. And it won't let you go to the next box until you hit the check. So boom. Now I can go to the next check. And we always try to name them like this. Sean. And then say what you're doing next. This is face video. But if you were making a bridge, you would say upper bridge. Upper same day new smile. We put that as like the middle name kind of. And then last name Keller. And then check. And then this is the lab tech. I think I will actually give you guys your own names in here soon and get rid of all these cruddy ones. So check. So what do you pick here? You could almost do anything as long as you do one thing on the top and one thing on the bottom. So I could pick this one. I can do bite splint. I could do anatomic crown. Just some of these things, if I tell it I want to do a crown, it's going to ask you for a whole bunch of scans that you don't have yet. So the simplest one is just say bite splint. And we want to make it out of PMMA. And well, that's it. And then the bottom one, you could do another bite splint if you want, but it's usually whatever arch you do something on, you do antagonist on the other. So all these other ones you'll learn in time, but these are the easiest ones, you know, or just plain old crown right there. And once you do that, you got to go all the way down here to apply treatment. And now that I've applied it, you'll see that the save file appears for me up here. So I can save this. So all these little steps you have to do to let you go to the next one. Now that I've saved it, I can go to the scan program. So if I open the scan program from the archive where I did this, it'll already have all the names and everything in it. If I were to open the scan program just randomly, like from down there, it wouldn't have any names associated with it. It wouldn't do a lot for me. So somebody else was working in here. Do you want to save the other person's? That's usually safest to save theirs. And remember with the scan program, it looks like there's always two programs open. There's always this one in the background that's running all the scanners and stuff. And there's this program is the one that you actually work in. So it's waking up. If that ever appears in front, do not close it. Just click here and it'll go behind. It's still there, doing all its work. Do you want to open? No, I want to create a new one. Okay, we got to do some calibrating. So always pick that scanner, accept articulator, minimize that. Okay, so now I'm in the scan program, and it's because I opened it from the archive with my name, it's already associated with me. So anything you do here will come to me. So here's where you can bring the scans in. So I can bring in healthy upper. So just click here, import mesh, and I'm going to go to the Dropbox because that's where we're putting it all. And can go find my name here. I thought if I went date modified, it would be the latest one up there, but whatever. This is kind of important. Before you ever bring a scan in here, make sure that that little green arrow is on. And here's how you do that, because you're not allowed to download files straight from the cloud. You have to bring it to the computer first. So I'm going to go Smart Sync, and I'm going to make this file local. So it's blue right now. It's blue, it's downloading, and now it's green. Now I can do it. So I'm going to go Trios Files, and I'm going to grab the upper one. Open. And that's where it always appears with the Trios. It's weird, but it's just always there. Now I'm going to go grab the lower. The lower jaw scan. Okay. And if you wanted to grab the bite one, you know, that's what that one is, but we don't need it. We already have it lined up here. Okay, so now you need to cast mount this. So there's my little scans down there hanging out. I'm going to cast mount it. So to help me cast mount, I want a couple things. I want the table, and I want these reference planes. These planes really help me. They help me line things up. And then make sure to use your little, use all your little things down here to decide which way you're looking at it. Each one of these tells you which direction you're going to look at it from. So whichever way is lit up, that's the direction you're looking at the articulator from. So this one is the lines on the left, so you're looking at it from the left of the articulator. This one, the line's on the bottom, so you're looking up at the articulator. Try to move the thing around using these, because if you start to get in the habit of doing it this way, it always winds up crooked and you're going to make mistakes. So use these when you can. All right, now we have to move these two scans to where they're supposed to go. So I'm going to go to cast mount and move freely. If you already had images in here, you could move them too. You know, I used to do that. So now I want to do this in as few motions as possible. So I always do all my rotation ones first. So grab the little circle and rotate. And interesting point here. I used to think that you had to grab this little circle and, you know, work it around. You don't have to do that. Just grab one spot and then move straight away from it, and it'll just continue to rotate. You see that I'm just in a straight line. So that's pretty cool. So I want to get rid of, this is the yaw I'm doing right now. Use your little plane. You see that this plane right here that I brought in, that can help you line this up right now. So, you know, try to get this thing straight up and down right there. And then now I'm going to grab the front of this wheel. If you turn to the side a little bit, you can see that me grabbing the front of that is actually the pitch. So I'm going to change the pitch of it with that. So see how I'm doing pitch. But when you're looking straight at it, it's hard to see that, but it's there. If you want to move it up and down, you grab this one. If you want to move pitch, you do this one. So turn that one until the bridge is, that looks really flat. Raise it about, you know, like a smile curve. Maybe 10 degrees or 7, you know, right there. So, you know, put that, this is what I call flat, like completely flat, right? Like it's a flat line between all the teeth underneath. This is maybe 7 degrees. So, you know, like a smile curve. Just do that and it's a lot nicer. Okay. Then the next one I got to do is yaw. So, you know, I'm moving the front of that wheel. And I'm trying to just get the same amount of tooth on each side to show. So you can use these little lines here. You know, I might adjust that one a little bit later, but try to look like you're looking straight at it. That looks pretty good. I might adjust later. Now I've done the 3 movements, and then you can just do the other 2 like this. So come straight down until your teeth are even with the top of that little table. And then this one you want to move over. Look where I grabbed here to do it, and move over to the midline. Okay, and then go down and do 1 turn here, and you're going to scoot the teeth forward to the table and go right in the middle there, and that looks damn good. You could go do a little cleanup now, so I'm going to get rid of the table, the articulator, and maybe just do a little cleanup to be sure. So get rid of that table, get rid of the articulator. Let's look at the front view. My midline is right on. Maybe my roll could have used a little help. Now I have all these lines to use. And also, too, what I don't have is the patient's face here, so who knows what I'm doing there. But that looks damn good. So I'm going to save that. So this is the, over here is the chore that I was doing, and I have to say apply, or none of that will be saved. Okay. So now there's my scans. They're already lined up very nice with everything we're doing. I don't want to bring all these in. When you go to click save, anything that's visible is going to appear. it is going to be saved and be brought into the next thing. So I don't think I actually want to bring these. I want our other ones from the face. So I'm holding down Control right now and wheel clicking on these to make them disappear. This is another way to make things appear and disappear over here. So these are your all your different things. So if you hit groups, these are all the things that can appear there. So hit these little triangles and you can make everything on the articulator appear, or individual pieces. The reference planes, you can make them appear one at a time. You know, we have the plane finder, all these different cool things, but I don't want any of those right now. So I'm just going to save it now. Save. And what? Now I can close this scan program, or minimize it for the next person to use. I said minimize. And minimize that one. And by saving it, now the archive has those two scans in it. So from the archive, I can open the modellier. So I'm going to open the modellier. And hopefully my two scans are just there. Very important step and easy spot to fuck up royally right here. It asks you very early on if you want to change the orientation. Don't. Just click through that. Sometimes it'll ask, do you like the insertion here? Okay, so this scan right here, go click the square to make sure that everything's where it should be and it looks good. And you got your antagonist in there. All right, so now I'm going to go save these scans into the Dropbox. So I can import them into my other program. So right click actually on the scan, save the file. And now this is clean data. So let's go to the, we're going to Dropbox, 20 patient files. Sean Keller. Where am I? Now this is clean STL files. They're trimmed and they're aligned. So this is clean, and these are cast mounted for the face to match. And so let's bring in, upper. I'm gonna call this upper video. Upper video, and then save it, and then the lower one. Why is it clear? Hold down Shift and wheel click, and you can make things clear. So I'm holding down Shift and wheel clicking to bring it back. I'm holding down Control to make it disappear, and then I hold down Shift and Control and wheel click to bring it back. So I'm gonna save this one to file. And I'm going to call this one lower video. Okay, and save. All right, and then let's bring it back up. And I want you to leave. So I'm holding down Shift and Control and wheel clicking where the scan was, and there it is. Or I could just go down here and turn it off, but you'll be really fast if you do it the other way. Okay, so I'm done with that. It's time to go to the scanner. And so here's a quick little thing. Now that we have all that lined up and it's ready to go, I want you to do all those steps first. Here's the a quick little thing about the scan. So pick a new scan, start with the face. Quick thing, I'm gonna back up that. When you take your scan, use this one, face and neck. Don't use that left one. And make sure they're smiling. There's two ones that you want to get. You want to get the retracted one and the cheesy smile. So big old cheesy smile, and then the one with the retractor is trying to expose the top arch. Now, so you really only need two scans. Big old cheesy one, when you do the retracted one, make sure the retractors are flush with the face. Like you only have to get the top arch. Yeah, so after you get the scan, save it. And name the patient's name. We call that one cheesy. Cheesy smile. And then yeah, we need I call it cheesy smile, and we need a retracted smile. So in the jaw alignment, we go up there to the align, and only bring in the upper scan. You have to go to the drop box, and you only have to bring in the upper one. And there was just one part where it showed kind of how to do it here. Don't worry about bringing in the lower one. It'll be a lot faster if you skip it. Up the faces for you. There's some little moves here. I'm gonna pause it really quick. So these different things you click on will make either the teeth disappear or show. So you have to go cut the teeth out of one of these. And I want you to say, I call that cheesy hole. So it's a cheesy smile with a hole in it. That's the one where the teeth are cut out of it. So I would say that you better save one with the teeth and without, so we can make sure that it got lined up when we're doing it the other way. So we actually have three. We bring in the retracted one and this one. So for practice right now, I'd bring in three. And if it didn't line up the teeth very well, you can adjust it. So this is why you have to get a good retracted smile scan. There's not a lot to line the teeth up to here. So if you get a retracted smile scan, you can see these edges of these teeth a lot better to go line everything up. So that's what I'm hoping for, is to bring in the upper scan very accurately. So you just have to use these little things until that lines up in both windows. And you just kind of sit there. These are your yaw, pitch, and roll. This is up, down, left, right. And you got to do it till it's perfect. I would have me look at that in the beginning. Another key point, when you're, once you've got it and you like it, and you're exporting it, you have to export it as a ply. So that's this one. Export high resolution ply file. Yeah, none of the other ones will work unless you're doing the guide ones. And you want to put that in the Dropbox in that patient's file. And it'll be as a zip drive. Don't worry about that. So I'm going to escape here, and we're going to go to the camera and do some do the actual scan now. So I'll show you how to line that up. Where's my camera? Okay. So here's the iPad. This might not be super clear. Babe, that's Brett. Is he nearby, or can you call Brett really quick?
We need to leave. I don't have my ID. People start checking IDs.
Oh my goodness. Forgot about that.
Hey, Brett.
All right. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm trying to record all the steps here. So get into the program. The password is perfectsmiles1 right now. So as soon as you get in there, now you could pick up the scanner, go get your 2 face scans, and then line them up. So I could get my scans, and once I got them, I'm going to go line them up. So open up Align, and then I'm going to go to Face Model. Well, actually, I want to align. That wasn't the right one. I want to align jaws. So go to Align, Jaw Models. Just bring in the upper. So I'm going to go to Files. I'm going to go to Dropbox, Patient Files. Go find the one where we've been saving everything. Keller Sean. Go to Clean Ones. Don't grab the other one. That'd be a huge mistake. Go to the ones that we cast mounted. That's what we did. So cast mounted. And you just need to bring in the upper video. So bring that one in, and it's downloading right now. Yeah, I probably didn't even need to save the other one here to confuse myself. Come on. Hope you can see that. So when you should see your teeth right there. If not, you can sit here and rotate it until it's the right way. So rotate it all directions until it's facing you just like it should. Then down here on the lower left, on the lower left, this is the one you're going to align that to. So this should be your retracted one. It says the teethy smile. That means retracted. So go pick one of your scans in the library. Since we're doing me, that's my retracted one. So and then the other one is your cheesy smile. So why don't I just have them do a regular smile? Anyone? Because we're trying to make their smile look good when it's at its worst. Like anybody can do a Facebook smile and make their smile look okay and hide the bad parts. I want their smile to look great when it's at their worst. Okay, so it just lined up the 2 face scans together, and it kind of tried to do the teeth, but it didn't do a very good job. So let's go help it. I'm going to do the lip line first. So it's kind of, you're basically, I want it to be symmetrical, and whatever point it's on, you have to move it down here. So I'm moving that point. And if anything, maybe err on the outside and make the hole a little too big. And then the other thing that I was showing Rachel today is you want to try to make it symmetrical. So if the smile is not very symmetrical, then cheat and try to make it a little symmetrical. Because if their lip is higher on one side or lower, I think that's because the teeth in there are crooked. So we're planning on putting straighter teeth in there. So I plan on their lips being very symmetrical later. So just cheat and make it symmetrical now. So looks like my right side's a little bigger. I'm going to cheat. And I'm making a video. I'll get ready really fast. Okay. So there's our lip line. Now I'm going to go adjust. Yes, apply changes. All right, so this is this just takes some time to get good at it, but I'm gonna do left, right. Let's move the thing up. One of the first things I like to look at is the midline. Get the midline right. That's good. And then let's see, I can see that I need to bring the back down a lot here. So let's do that's the roll. So bringing the back down till it's level. Oh, too much. It looks like it's rolled a little bit. So let's make it level there. Looks like my midline got off a little. So I'm midline. Now I should raise it a little. So over here on this left one, I can see that looks like I need to go forward a lot. So That's usually one of the trickier things. Now that I've done that, I can see I've got some other ones that weren't as close as I thought. I'll have a better way to do this shortly, but it's starting to look pretty good. So, so a lot of times the forward one is the one you're missing and you don't know. I don't think anybody saw you naked, Anna.
Yes, it is. Sean.
You've known I've been doing a video here for the last hour. Okay. I don't think that that's close enough. This needs more time to refine that, but I'm trying to do a video here. So I would try to get those edges closer. I'm going to call that good, though. Now let's go to the guides. So you got to do these in order. The first one it shows you is the inner pupillary, and it looks like it's going through my eyes, so I like it. And the next one is, let's see, how do we like the midline? Let's see. Oh, the midline's the first one. So look at the midline. It's going right through the middle of my two eyes there, and it looks like it's splitting my nose. I don't care what is on the teeth because the teeth are usually off. So it looks like that midline plane is pretty good. The next one is inner pupillary. That one looks like it's going right through my eyes good. Level. Next one is camper. That's our ala tragus one. So that one's not very good, right? So that's the ala, and that middle of that little dot right there, that little bump on my ear, the middle of that is my tragus. So we need to, oops, which one's going to do that? Yeah, I need to do that a lot, and then so bottom of the nose. Why don't you make a drink? Make a drink. Okay, that looks, I want to be in the center of that little guy right there. Okay, and then, so that's a good ala tragus. I'm going to look at it from the front just to be sure. I like it. Then the next one is, I want to make the parallel with the bite plane. So I just hit, let's go to occlusal. And now that's the occlusal plane. So all of these will be parallel to the eye one that we did in the beginning. And now that's parallel, the occlusal plane is parallel to ala tragus. And then I like to move the occlusal plane to where you want the incisal edge position to be. So I wish my front teeth were a little longer. So I'm going to let Michelle know that I want it a little bit lower so it's there. So I like that. And these are ready to export now. They're really good, so I'm going to go export. These ones you can do as STL. The other ones are ply. I'm going to export to the Dropbox. And I'm going to put that in, I'm not sure this is still in my one. So I'm going to go to choose a different folder just so I can verify and know where it is. Patient files. Let's go to Keller. And this is clean STL files, face scans, and this is I had one for guides, but where is it right now? I'm just going to save it here. So I'll choose that one and save it. So that's the guides. I'll replace the old one. And we're saving the guides. Okay. And then the only other ones to save on here, when you get to this step, you do have to back out and get back into the program. So now I'm going to go back to the face. There it is. Let's go save this one. There's with the teeth. and there's without. Make sure that you do one without the teeth. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that as apply. So export and go put that one in the cheesy hole. So I'm going to go Dropbox and put that in. I don't know that this is still my file, so I have to go 1A patients. You know, maybe one day it'll stay where it's supposed to. Go to clean files, face scans, and put that one in cheesy hole. Cheesy hole, no teeth. And choose it and save it. And it, you won't have to replace it. I'm just doing this for a second time. For right now, I would like you guys to save also the one with the teeth. So bring the teeth in and save the one with the teeth. So export that one and save it in the spot with the teeth. Got it? And then I'm going to actually cancel that one. And then also, yeah, if you do the one with the teeth, that should be good. We don't need to bring in the retracted one. So I like that. You're good with that part. You've lined them up. So let's go back to... Babe, this is the priority over going out.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, then we don't go out. We'll drink your back. Okay, so still recording. That was a good little video. All the scans are in there in the Dropbox now. So let's go to the computer. Here's our original modellier. It's not quite ready to bring in. We got a little bit of work in the Dropbox to do. So let me go to the Dropbox, and this is just the one little tricky thing with the zip files. So let's go to Smiles by Design. Let's see. Sorry, my brother just got here. So yeah, go to Patient Files. Go to Keller Sean. Where is it? Click on it. Get in there. Go to the face scans. So it's going to be in clean. Go to the face. All right, where's my little zip drive? I'm hoping to find that. Should be in cheesy hole, no teeth. I was hoping to. So here's the zip file. So what you're looking for is for this. So you have to get, this is only here because we did it before. It's a ply file plus a JPEG. These two things have to be there together. And it pulls them in together but that's why it's in a zip. So when you guys do it, you'll only see this. So let's go do this one now. So double click on the zip file. And I'm double clicking on it, maybe it's here. Did I jam my computer? I think my connection might be out now because I could see it on my other computer. It's working fine. Timeout. Okay, let's go back to 900. So every now and then that just happens, and it's not the computer that's jammed. It's your connection with the team viewer. So let's go back to the 900 and find those scans. Here we are. Oh, maybe that little zip program, I've been using it for free too much. I don't know. I want to get it out of the way though. So double click on the zip drive. There we go, back to normal. When you double click on the zip, this little virus thing will pop up and mess with you. Don't worry about that. Go highlight these scans. So you can grab a window and grab them all. You can hold down Shift and grab them all. Get all three. And normally I would right click and copy to clipboard, but not an option. So instead, go up to File and copy files to clipboard. Now they're on the clipboard. Now you have to go back to the Dropbox and lay them right here if you can. So paste them. And there they are. Head, copy. And you have to do that with all your ply ones. So go do that with all your ply ones and put it right there. And that's how you open a zip file and get it back in there. So pause this and reverse it. I'm not going to do it all those times for you. All right, so now let's see how we did. So it should work perfectly. It's just because I have multiple scans might be how I did this. So you got to go bring in, let's go bring in my guides. So the guides you can bring in as a generic visualization. So go to load and go to your Dropbox. 1A patient files. Sean Keller. So I'm getting so tired of that. Oh yeah, key point again. Don't ever download from files that are don't have that little green arrow there. So local. Well, that's not anything. Yeah. So it probably won't work if you do that. And then let's see. There's our guides. So let's bring them in. All right. That's the first step. And it looks like they're right on pace. Now, let's go bring in our face scan. So go down here to face scan and go to load. And uh-oh, I don't see anything. Why not? Anybody got a guess? Because it's looking for object files right now. Go tell it to look for either all supported or look for the ply. So once you find it, grab that ply file, and that I am. And it looks like everything's lined up perfectly. You can come here and use all your little motion things, the Alatragus. One of these, it might be the guides from the other time I did my teeth. In fact, I think it is. So that won't happen to you if you're just doing one set. So if you want, you can bring in another smile. Let's go to load. Cheesy, no teeth. Oh, why don't I see my scan? Because we're looking for objects. So go to that one and let's bring it in. It might be the same exact scan, I'm not sure. Let's hold down. Yeah, that was the same exact scan. So what other ones do we have? Cheesy smile. Not one in there. Did we save the retracted? Yeah, I would like you guys to save all three of them now for practice. There's one. Yeah, so, oh, that's the one with the teeth. So the reason I want you guys to bring the teeth is we can judge how we did on our match here. So to double check that you did a good job, I want you to bring in one with the teeth and one without. So go over here to groups and open that up. And you can make different ones disappear. So look at that. It's not awesome. Midline is good, but we didn't get the length very good. Or maybe that's more accurate, and the other one is. Actually, think looking in the mirror right now, I think this looks more like my teeth than that other one. Yeah, I think it stretched them and pulled them down. I don't know if my teeth are that long. I'm looking in the mirror right now. I think that's actually This is actually quite accurate. My teeth aren't as long as they are in that picture. So yeah, more accurate. Oh, okay, so I just accidentally moved my face scan. You guys might do that too. Don't worry, you didn't actually save anything yet, so go back here and back up a step, and it'll bring it forward, and bring the other one too, and leave them there. Now I'm going to go say OK and keep them. So now you can't accidentally move them. So I would say you want to save this now. Look at it straight on and go save scene. Yeah, put this in their Dropbox. Sean. Let's see, this is clean files, I guess. Yeah, still clean files, and this is just the modellier. So I would call this this is the pre-surgical smile design. And it will save it as a modellier, and I would just say leave this open until the surgery. There might be a hopefully it's soon, and then we can get back to this real easy. You might want to have the guides there when you save it, so that Michelle has those to go off of. So anyway, that's how you do the face scans and line it up. So have at it. Let me know where you get stuck. The only way to get good at it is to keep on plowing through it. Let's end this little recording.